every day this month, I'm going to be reading something in celebration of Black History Month. Black History Month started in 1926. It was originally just a week called Negro History Week. And then in the 70s, President Ford made it a month. And ever since then, every president has issued a proclamation. Now, there is a question of some funding at the federal level this year, but in regards to how that there's not going to be any celebration of it, and also in the National Archives, while Martin Luther King is still on the site, there have been some things taken down at the museum because they were too controversial. For example, in the Step into History photo booth, a photo of Martin Luther King was replaced with a photo of President Nixon shaking hands with Elvis. And that in itself is ironic, especially since Elvis was highly influenced by Black music, and Little Richard said Elvis opened the door for Black music. So there's that. And of course, Nixon is a whole nother thing. Anyway, I'm happy to celebrate this month, and I think we all need to learn a little history. Doesn't matter what the archives removes. We've got enough books in the world to talk about it. So I also want to say, so what I'm reading is from this book, The People Could Fly, American Black Folktales by Virginia Hamilton. Let's talk about Virginia Hamilton. Give credit for the author. She is Black. She's a Black American. Sorry, she passed in 2002, but she wrote 41 books, and she won many medals, the Newbery Medal, and her work was called, her works were celebrated for exploring the African American experience, what she called liberation literature. So I'm so happy I have this book. I just got it. And I do want to say that I will not be reading it exactly in the vernacular because it's more of a Southern vernacular, and I don't want it to appear the way I read it as fake, if that makes sense. But I do want to respect the spirit of the story and the culture. So for example, if I was from the South, I would say children, because some Southern dialects, right, say children instead of children. But that is not how I would talk. So I just want to say that I will be not changing the words, but some of the pronunciation will not be in the dialect it's written, if that makes sense, because I don't have that dialect, and it will just sound like I'm making fun. It could sound like I'm making fun of these tales. So, okay, let's get started. Hi, happy Black History Month. Today we're reading Bruh Lizard and Bruh Rabbit. Don't know some animal tales, hear 'em but forget 'em. Do know about Bruh Lizard and Bruh Rabbit, though. You never hear 'em tell how Bruh Lizard bested Bruh Rabbit? Well, that lizard was a hard worker. He had a big sword he used to cut his crop. Sword knew how to work by herself and cut it so fine there was nothing left once something was cut. Bruh Lizard speaking words to the sword, and sword do all the work. That's how it went. Now, Bruh Rabbit, he is smart. He don't have him a sword like the lizard has, and he wants one. So he hides behind a bush. And he watches the sword working. He watches the sword working for Bruh Lizard. He wants it very bad too. One day, Bro Lizard had to go away. And Bro Rabbit, he sneak up and he steal Bro Lizard's sword. Bro Rabbit laughs to herself because he now got sword. He thinks he knows the words that Lizard says a sword, so he calls out, "Go eat tell," like that. And Sword starts a working, just a cutting and a slashing this way and that and all around. Pretty soon, Old Sword finish up the crop, and the rabbit want it to stop. Sword is coming very close to the other crop the rabbit is keeping to live on. So Bruh Rabbit, he yells out to Sword, "Go eat tell," like that. That just makes Sword work much faster. Sword go on and cut down everything Rabbit have. It don't leave nothing, not one leaf of cabbage. Now Bruh Lizard, he's been hiding behind a bush. He sees the whole thing. He is laughing and laughing to himself at Bruh Rabbit, because that rabbit think he is so smart when he steals the sword. And now Bruh Rabbit got nothing to eat all winter long. Bruh Rabbit spies the lizard. He calls over there, "Lizard, Bruh, stop sword." Bruh Lizard call right back, "It is my sword." Bruh Rabbit, he say then, "That's so, it's your sword, but please stop it. It ain't got no sense. It cut down everything I got." Lizard say, "Sword work faster every time you hear, 'Go eat tell.'" The lizard laughs again, ha 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 ha. And he calls out real loud, "Go eat palm." Sword stopped. The lizard grinning to herself all over the place. Then he slide out there and pick up sword and take it on home. Rabbit watch him go. That's all. A version of a dialect plantation tale from the Georgia Sea Isles. It is a derivation of the numerous magic hoe motive tales from Africa and Europe. Hoe, like hoe. This is one of the few animal tales in which the cunning Bruh Rabbit doesn't come out the winner. In another version of the magic hoe tale, Bruh Rabbit and Bruh Wolf are the contestants. The rabbit saying "swish, swish" makes the hoe go faster. When the wolf says "slow boy," the hoe slows down. Thanks for reading that. Thanks for learning that with me. Stay smart.